Hey guys, me host Superstar. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look what I got! It's the brand new Captain America Avengers Assemble Edition from S.H.Figuarts. Now I've got to say thank you, courtesy of Heo.com, for sending this through to us completely free of charge for us to review. So thank you very much, Heo, for hooking us up. They did send it on behalf of Tamashii Nations and Bandai, so thank you very much for hooking us up with this awesome release action figure. This figure is available from Heo.com, and I will leave a link in the description below. So guys, this figure is absolutely immaculate. It is awesome looking and I cannot wait to bust it out the packaging. So like I said, this is Tamashii Nations. This is a Bandai Japanese import action figure and it looks awesome. We will compare it to a Marvel Legends figure and show you how these scale opposite Marvel Legends. If you're new to my channel, then thank you very much for watching. If you're new around here, please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss any future action figure and toy content. I do produce toy videos each and every single day. Right guys, let's go ahead and break this bad guy out of the packaging. So I have seen this is available for all my American followers on Big Bad Toy Store. And you can pre-order this as well through Comics and Cocktails here in the UK. They don't pay me to say that, I just prefer to use Comics and Cocktails. They're my preferred go-to retailer, but there is also In-Demand Toys, Kapow Toys, and many others online that you can also use that I've used over the years. We do have a really good network here in the UK now. Wow, look at all the different components for this figure. That is insane. Oh my god. So we do have two different variations of the shield. One of which is a clean shield, the other is the sort of like roughed up version. Oh my god, there's so much stuff in this figure. Why is so much? Let's get over. We've got like a grimacing face as well, which is pretty cool. I'll just pop that off. Pop and there we go, pop. There we go. Always careful because if you pop them a bit too hard, that everything will just go flying. What I love about Tamashii Nations as well is they put these little bits of plastic around the figure, around the joints and things, to keep them proper crisp, which is nice. Wow, that is a nice figure. Look at that. How awesome is that? It looks so good. Very, very cool indeed. Let's go ahead and bring this out a little bit more into the light. There we go. Yeah, check out that face, man. That is amazing. Very awesome figure. So articulation wise, the head is on a ball joint, so you can make him look up and down. There's also the neck hinge here as well, which you can move, which is nice to give him fully humanoid posing, which is so good. And the arms do move up here at this side, and do also move backwards and forwards. There's a butterfly hinge there, and there's all these little covers that cover the hinge hole, so it always looks decent. So there's never any hinge on display or anything like that. He's got a double hinged elbow there, which bends back all the way. And the hands are on ball joints. So you can crunch them around at the abdomen waist, which is nice. And then a further swivel at the waist. Legs do lift out all the way, as well as forwards. Really far as well as backwards. You can lift the leg up and down into the hinge of the actual hip joint as well. And there is double hinged knees on this figure as well. Other than that, there's no boot cut, but the feet are on rocker and pivot. And they do have a toe articulation as well. So a very articulated figure, actually, very nice. And he does have multiple different hands variations and stuff. Are these for the... So I've got some like little handles and hinges. I think they're for the actual shields, which is nice. Yeah, they are. Okay. So the shields fit flat into the packaging. So... we have this variation of the shield, which is all battered and scratched, which is very cool. And then we also have the more clear and crystal sheen looking nice one. So that's very cool. And we basically have these little hinges in the back, which just pop into the actual... they pop in like this. But once you do that, obviously it doesn't sit flush to the packaging for S.H.Figuarts. So these are just removable little components, which is nice. But there is no port for his back, which I found, which is a bit annoying. There is a second neck sort of cowl piece here that you can use when you, because we do also have we have two unmasked heads. So that's for this one. So we can pop that in there. Then it looks like he's got his hood down, I believe, and that's what the idea is. It looks like he's got the actual costume piece down. I think it's meant to go that way. Or is it the other way? I can't quite tell. No, I think it would go to the back, wouldn't it? Yeah, because that slots in a lot nicer there. So that's to make him look like he's taken the, you know, the hood bit down, which is nice. So that's cool. And that likeness to Chris Evans is amazing. My camera's struggling to focus. But yeah, I'll try and get a better shot on the desk cam. And then we do also have... Sorry, I'm trying not to... Because I've got like 50 variations of hands and things. So I'm trying not to think of them. This is the other Chris Evans face we have, and this is like a more scratched up, battered version. Alright, at least it looks that way. It looks like a more muddied up face. And then my favourite is actually this grimacing Captain America face, which is nice. So I'm going to go with the more battered shield look. I think that looks more authentic. And what we've actually got some hands that have already got the handles attached. So if I then remove this hand and just pop that off. Whoa! Okay, I might just put the hand on first. So if I pop this hand on. Boop! Okay, pop that hand on first. Then pop that in the second hole. That pops off way too easy though. That's going to be a pain. Yeah, that's popping off far too easy. So that we've got this hand which has got the actual grip part attached here for the actual shield, but it just doesn't want to stay on. So I'm gonna remove that hand. I'm not gonna use that. I think it's gonna be better personally. Give me the hand back. There we go. Put his closed fist cuff back on. And we've got this bigger one on. Pop that in there. That's the larger loop. And then I can just slot the fist through it. Actually, we've actually got a good hand here to put that on. Whoop. Let's try this hand. Oh, other one. Try this hand. Oh, come on. They are a bit fiddly, these figures. You've got to be very careful with them. There we go. Personally, I think that's better. I would use that. Because that's not going to pop off every 5 seconds. And he's actually holding it now with his hand, which is nicer, so I I can like close it in tighter around his hand and like hold it up so he's like blocking his head, or I can pose that a lot better, like put it up as if he's blocking things, and there's more. I can get more articulation out of that than I could previously, because that other one was just popping off constantly, causing trouble. But let's do some head swaps. That took ages. So let's do some head swaps. So this is the other Chris Evans head that they've given us, which is pretty cool. Because that neck part pops off as well, which is pretty awkward. And then this is my favourite face, actually, the grimmest one. It looked weird in the packaging, but now I've seen it up close, I actually like it. That's pretty cool. Avengers, assemble! So what I need to find now then is a an S.H.Figuarts Mjolnir to go with him and make him the worthy cap. But yeah, that's how that looks. There is a multiple load of different things you can do. Like I said, there's the cowlless head and stuff like that, and there's the all that other stuff going on as well. And there's like 1,000 different hands. Some of the hands have blue on them, which is weird. Never seen that before. And yeah, there's just loads of different versions of the hands to try, different combinations. Open palm hands, big stretched open palm hands, all sorts of different stuff. I'm going to leave the fisticuffed hands on because that's the hands that I would go for anyway on this particular figure. I'm not particularly a fan of the flat hands. Only thing I might do is put the salute, because there is a hand that makes him salute or point. So I might shove one of those on just so I can have him sort of stood saluting, maybe. That might be cool. But actually, no, I think I'm going to go for the more classic hand on, you know, Captain America hand on hip kind of thing. Posing. I do hope they make an S.H.Figuarts US agent, as I would like that as well. That would look very cool with this Captain America. So I hope they do make us one. And obviously I'm still waiting on like a Bucky as well, and a new Falcon and stuff like that. I'm not a big collector of S.H.Figuarts. I do have a few in my collection, including Black Panther with those nice fancy rocks and stuff like that. But this is actually one of the better figures I've seen in a long time from. This is a really nice figure with plenty of accessories and plenty of stuff going for it. But what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to head on over to the desk cam to give you guys an up-close personal look at this figure. Plus, we will also compare him to another Captain America figure from Marvel Legends, so you guys can see how they scale and stuff together. So guys, let's head on down to the desk cam. Alright guys, here is that new S.H.Figuarts cap out of the packaging on the spinny disc, looking absolutely awesome. He is a great figure, very well put together, very detailed. There's lots going for this figure and lots going on with it. There's plenty of accessories, which if I just pan over here, I can just quickly show you. The amount of accessories on this thing is just nuts. And all different hands and things. It's brilliant how much stuff to Machinations give you with these figures. I'm loving the more battered shield. I do prefer that one, as we have so many shields in Marvel Legends and other Marvel figures where they're always immaculate. I'm loving this more battle damaged look. It is very cool and does definitely stand out. I like, as much as this is the assemble version, I do like to imagine this is the version from, you know, Endgame, where Captain America goes back in time to fight himself. I know that is technically that one, you know, but that's what I imagine. And yeah, so it is an Endgame figure as far as I'm aware, as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, it's the collector's, the Avengers assembled edition version of the figure. And like I said, this was given to us completely free of charge by Hio, so thank you very much, Hio, for hooking us up with this awesome action figure. It is absolutely amazing. I think it is absolutely brilliant. The only thing is the shield does pop off quite regularly. I have now managed to secure it properly using the actual
hand and the big rope thing that goes around his arm. We'll see how that works out, but for now it does seem to be doing the trick. But as soon as I do articulate my movement, it does seem to pop off pretty easily. That is literally my only gripe with this. The rest of the figure is absolutely immaculate and looks amazing. But let's go ahead and compare him to the Marvel Legends figures. So the Figuarts figures don't really scale well with the Marvel Legends figures, as the Legends are 6-inch scale, whereas the Figuarts tend to be at a 5-inch scale. So these figures don't really go together very well. Certain characters might look okay, like a Figuarts Black Widow might look alright with the Marvel Legends MCU range, just because of the height difference between the characters. But in this personal opinion, I'm looking at a cap and a cap, and you can definitely see the difference here between the two sets. So I would definitely say, if you were going to have a display, to have all Marvel Legends or all S.H.Figuarts. They don't really blend together, but they're not meant to. But yeah, everyone always asks me to do the scaling on these, so that's the scaling for these two figures, guys.
So guys, what are your thoughts on this new Captain America by S.H.Figuarts? Let us know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed today's video, guys, then please make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Subscribing really supports us, it really helps out and helps us to keep making awesome videos. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and until next time, may the Force be with you. Bye!